Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to go over the update from 88 Energy, ticker symbol EEENF, was just released not that long ago. Got an email from the company, so we're going to go through that. I'll give you my thoughts on it. We'll take a look at the price, and we'll kind of go from there. So before we get into it, just to reiterate, not a financial advisor. Make sure that you do your own research. Also, if you find value in the video, smash the thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoy our content. Hit the notification bell, that way YouTube can let you know every time we release new content. So here we go. All the highlights up there. We're going to go ahead and dive one into this paragraph starting here. That way we don't get repetitive. Okay, 88 Energy Limited is pleased to report that the Hickory One wireline logging suite and sideline coring program has been successfully completed. The program has confirmed the preliminary petrophysical interpretation from LWD, which is logging while drilling data, of the presence of multiple hydrocarbon bearing zones across all pre-drill targets, as well as new upper SFS reservoir. The sophisticated wireline logging sidewall coring program consisted of 5 runs, which included the triple combo NMR/XMR, dielectric scanner, and dipole sonic and sidewall coring tools. The focus of the wireline logging program was to validate the preliminary petrophysical interpretation of multiple pay zones identified during drilling from the LWD logs, and to obtain data to optimally design and plan a targeted flow test of the Hickory One. Interpretation of the wireline data has confirmed the following preliminary petrophysical assessment: an estimated gross pay of over 2,000 feet and a calculated net pay of approximately 450 feet over zones in the well, and average total porosity across the pay zones of 9 to 12%, including key zones identified for potential testing in the SFS and upper SFS with between 11 to 16% total porosity. Pre-drill expectations were met or exceeded on the reservoir quality and the thickness and higher total gross reservoir, total net reservoir, and total net pay. Sidewall coring was also performed over all reservoir intervals, with the samples recovering the surface. The retrieved SWC fluorescent under ultraviolet light in numerous cores over the SMD, SFS, and BFF, and visible porosity was also confirmed in the SWC. Those core samples will now be transported to the lab in Anchorage for further analysis. In addition, a preliminary petrophysical comparison of the Hickory One respective zones against the interval that flowed in Pantheon's Alkide 1 has indicated favorable potential for successful flow tests for multiple zones in the Hickory One well. Pantheon's well on the adjacent northern acreage have all flowed 35 to 40 degree API oil from similar sandstones, with testing confirming reservoir deliverability of light sweet oil. Okay, this is a diagram of the Hickory One, and it shows Ice Wine 1 and 2, and then here's Hickory One here, as you see. And this is actually the new reservoir identified with oil shows, as noted, was down here along with the other zones that they were initially targeting. Okay, so the forward plan: Hickory One will now be cased and suspended in preparation for flow testing, which is set to be undertaken as early as possible in the 2023/2024 winter season. So you have a while before this can take place. However, this company seems to move fairly quick, so I would assume sooner rather than later, but that's what you're looking at there. It can take a little while before this actually comes to fruition. A detailed evaluation of the data obtained from the Hickory One drilling and wireline logging programs will be undertaken in order to plan the optimal flow test program. It is expected that a lightweight rig can be utilized to complete these operations in the next winter season, and the company has commenced discussions with rig providers to complete this work. The Nordic Callista Rig 2 is currently running the 7-inch casing ahead of the suspended well. The remaining program is anticipated to take 5 to 7 days prior to the Rig 2 rigging down and being released from site. signifying the end of 88 Energy's 2022/2023 winter drilling campaign. The company is excited by the results of the phase of the campaign and eager to return during the 2023/2024 winter season for the flow testing of Hickory 1. And let's see. The 88 Energy will provide further information as the analysis of the well's results progresses and will release details of the flow test program and the future work program for the Project Phoenix when information is available. So this is from Managing Director Ashley Gilbert saying, we're excited about the results to date from the Hickory 1 and particularly encouraged by the identification of multiple pay zones across the primary and secondary targets. The results have confirmed or exceeded our pre-drill expectations with regard to the primary and secondary targets and also identified the new upper SFS reservoir, which is very pleasing for both the company and its shareholders. We are now fully focused on the demobilization and the safe completion of the current phase of the Hickory 1 well, in parallel with early planning actions for the next phase of the operations at Hickory 1. Scheduled flow testing as early as possible in the 2023/2024 winter operational season in Alaska. We are particularly encouraged by the fact that the wells in the immediate adjacent northern acreage have flowed and recovered light oil to surface from all of the SMD, SFS, and BFF reservoirs, which bodes particularly well for the planned testing program next season. We look forward to updating shareholders with the post-well analysis results in our plans for the flow test of the Hickory 1 well, along with an updated assessment and classification of resources at Project Phoenix. Okay, that's a lot to unpack here. The main thing is be careful, okay, in my opinion, because you guys remember, those of you who've been in this stock for a while, been following the channel, is, I don't know if you guys, I'm not sure if you guys remember when they released an article. I forgot exactly which project they were working on, and they came out and said that they're doing the testing and everything, and it was going to be transformational for the shareholders. Okay, and people got all excited, bought in, myself included, because I was like, oh, this is awesome, we're about to go crazy and shoot up. And then they came out and the well was unsuccessful in the stock tank. So on this one here, again, I would be very, very careful, with coming in and dropping a bunch of money down on this one. And I hope I'm completely wrong. I hope for those people who are in this stock that it goes absolutely insane and starts a bullish uptrend up into the testing, and they get a lot of positive gains. So I'm just saying, keep up to date with what's going on with the company if you own it, or if you're looking to possibly own it. However, I would err on the side of caution on this one, just because of what happened last time, and that's just my own personal opinion. But let's take a look, guys, at what it may have done today. And let's see here, up about 2% today, and the last 5 days it's down roughly about what it gained today. The last month it is down 27%. Last 6 months basically the same. Year to date pretty much the same. Okay, this is the last 5 years, and we'll look at the max. However, this could potentially, guys, in my opinion, I think that it could be something bullish to where this thing could shoot up and go up 20-30%, but just as volatile as it goes up, remember that it can be as volatile on its way down. Overall, in my opinion, I think that we could potentially, if we do start kind of seeing some momentum and move to the upside, maybe a penny could be realistic. However, again, be very cautious on this one, because it's been known to do rug pulls just like many other OTC stocks have done in the past. So I think it's something to be, again, really careful with. If you're just getting started and you're thinking about dropping an insane amount of money on this, just think about it here. You don't have to put a whole lot of money into this to make it potentially worth your while if you think this thing is going to go somewhere in the future. I mean, if you think about this, if long term, if you think this thing's going to start moving and going in the right direction, and you're like, oh, eventually this thing's going to hit 50 cents or $1 or whatever, literally putting in, I'm not saying to do this, but just kind of hypothetically, if you put in $73 and you have 10,000 shares, and let's say, for example, it gets, starts moving and it gets to 25 cents one day. I mean, that's a $2,500 that you put in on a, let's see, it's $73 investment. That's a 30,324% gain on an investment. So yeah, longer term, it does have some room to run, but again, just kind of keep up with the news and everything. But this overall, I don't mean to keep being negative and everything, but I do, see this as a positive sign moving forward for the company. I just want to reiterate to, to be safe when you're dealing with these stocks. So anyway, guys, just wanted to provide you with that update. Let me know your comments below. Other than that, we'll catch you in the next.